Did you load the one I gave you today? Okay. Let me know when you're ready. That's not you drawing?
Open the camera for YouTube and it's not showing your image, but the camera itself is there.
There you go.
So you're live on YouTube. I'm going to unmute you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be sweet and to the point. Goal is getting you up to $1 million of a corporation. But we got to do one thing. We have to kind of rebuild you. One of the questions someone was asking before we even started was, what is the cost to review your credit? Well, you can do that for free, by the way. Go to Credit Karma, which I don't like, Experian.com. But the difference is, I think what you need is to be analyzed, and that's the most important thing. Because your credit is what it is, because, I'm sorry, I think you kind of screwed it up. So what do we get to do? I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. I got my first million through a corporate structure. I was 14 and a half. First billion at 21, 2.6 billion at 26, and basically in 2009, 3.7 billion through corporate structure. Now, by the way, I was in basically Los Angeles, the Bonaventure, for 32 years, by the way. So what I'm telling you is factually verifiable, and I was the second largest advertiser in California anyway. So I like goodies. You like goodies? Let's understand what goodies mean. Getting what you want and paying your bills. Now, first I would tell you no pictures are recording, but then I'm going to say get out your cell phone. Because there are certain pages I want you to take a picture of today, if that's okay. Now, let's understand something. We have some problems. Everyone is listening to silly people. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. You see, you don't know the 25-20% rule that I established in 1987. I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit. Guess what? It's not true. I like goodies. You like goodies? I'm talking about Lamborghinis and Ferraris and mansions. Is that okay? Big Bear, Havasu, Huntington Harbor, and all 5 islands. So we get to play my way for a while. Years ago, I created a system called Winning the Game of Business. Okay? And I actually had what's called a blueprint of success, and I had the matrix and buckets of money. And that's how I brought in millions and billions, by the way. So the goal is very simple. Now we're going to talk about you for a moment and understand something. Here's our problem. Today you get laid off or fired from a job, or you have an emergency. You have to fix the emergency or you got to find a new income. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Most of you, you have 8 months before you have an oh shit day, week, month, or year. Oh shit. Hey, we all feel it. So if we don't replace the income, what do? 8 months later, we have shitty credit. We dropped our score, got stuck, couldn't get any more, and we brought the pain home. And now it takes us 3 years to try to figure it out and screw things up even more. See, the moment you drop your score, you can't get any more. What are you going to do next? So let's do this. I think what most people do is they walk around like a duck and a sheep. They listen to silly people. Don't worry, you got plenty of silly people on TikTok, YouTube, and Google. So what do? Number one, let's understand. All the credit you have personally, or you should always increase it as high as you can. I believe you need $100,000 of personal credit, $100,000. I believe you use 29% only, never above that, and you have $71,000 of safety. You see, you got to take care of your family, you got to take care of the bills. So what do? We increase the limit. Next, we have to analyze you. Let's understand what that means. All right, you need to be analyzed. I've analyzed 50 million people so far, 50 million in 49 years. score is 627 to an 828. See, credit repair is a fraud. It's actually against federal law of public record if you don't know that. Credit repair is a fraud. They write letters saying not mine, not late. All right, if you're late and you say you're not late, they can close your account. All right, I didn't apply, it's not my inquiry, they can do the same thing. So a lot of silly things you can watch all the time. So let's do this, 100,000 of credit. I need you to listen very carefully. All credit cards fluctuate but two. All credit cards. Every card needs a sticky, okay, for personal credit. So if we take the credit cards here and we jack them up past 29%, we drop our score and get stuck and can't get any more. There's the problem. You backed yourself in a corner. And I call that silly and dumb anyway. These don't fluctuate. Personal business, they don't fluctuate. They're paid over time limit as well, up to $1 million. So if we could learn rules and tools, I believe no one should have shitty credit in the first place. Because if we have an emergency, these are the cards. We have a no shit day, these are the cards. What do? We don't jack these up ever. Problem is your lack of knowledge is our stupidity. We all do stupid things sometimes. Now let's cut to the chase and understand. You waste $50 every other day. You know what that does? If I spend $5,000 on this card, $5,000, the payment's $50 a month. So what you piss away on a given every other day, you could actually refinance your life and do it the right way. Borrow money's not taxable. Now I want you to have 100,000 in corporate credit. And you have a corporation, oh goody for you, understand something. Let's go to the board. You got your tablet and pen ready to go? What are we going to do? Number one, here's a corporation. It's a corporate umbrella, okay? This is a division. I created the division process in 1986 and 85. This is a line of defense. You keep stealing from you and your own family. That's called wrong. If this is a house, we have liability. Another house liability, another house liability. I talked to a nice client earlier today. He said that his tax attorney had him file a bankruptcy because he had 8 properties, he couldn't pay the payments, instead of turning him to Section 8 or something. He screwed it all up. When he filed bankruptcy for the corporation, he had to file bankruptcy personally. You see, the problem you got is corporation doesn't protect you. All right, the reality is it's on Secretary of State's website. Your name's there, you're on the bank account, you're the voice for the corporation. So what happens if it gets sued, you're kind of screwed up. They sue you, they're going to ask you if you own something. And if you lie, that's fraud. So what do? Now, let's listen carefully. Here's $12 million of credit. I play with about $62 million of credit cards and lines of credit into the millions and billions all the time. So what do? We get one credit card. This is a $100,000 card, under $100,000. If I daisy chain, write down daisy chain, I can turn it into 9 more cards. That means 9 times 1 is what? 10 times what? 100,000. You can create $1 million of credit in 9 months. In 9 months. But again, it's going to be up to you to learn to listen and follow through. I don't know if you'll do that. But again, 100,000 of credit. Borrow money is not taxable. When you start a business, you don't take it from the family. That's what you've been doing. You've been basically bringing the pain home and kind of screwing up. Sorry to say, but it's true. You had a friend and family member maybe rip you off, or you dropped the ball yourself. So what do? I've done 10 different businesses for 49 years that I call boring and steady. Okay, boring and steady, and that's the goal. Very simple as we play this game. So let's understand something. All right, a storage unit. I partner with clients all the time since 1987. I partnered up with the client in a storage unit. Now, we close escrow, and we each get $17,350 a month. Now, the corporation absorbs the money. There's no tax due until we're profitable. Then we can decide our lifetime income. We can actually kind of side up our life, and our lifestyle is our income base anyway. In other words, we can kind of plan to break even a little bit, and that's the goal. So if you want to get to a point that I've gotten people to, 33 million of them, let me know. I partner with people all the time. See, before you lose your job or have an emergency and have that old shit day, week, month, or year, oh, I'm sorry, it's already too late. You already did that, huh? Okay, what do? See, I believe what you've been wanting your whole life is cash flow, free up your time. That's what I set up for me. All right, auto income. By the way, it's in my book, Winning the Game of Business. page 6, paragraph 3 anyway, 49 years ago. I created that. Someone else copied it anyway. So what do? We have all problem. We have problems. You have problems. We run out of time. All right? You need the money. So we have to understand we're measured by a number. We need money and credit at all times. What do? Think. It takes 38 steps to reach a goal. You have to hear it 8 times and master it again and again. We have a choice to play this game and to win. And I'm going to call it auto income. Me, I got 22,000 payphones when I was 17 and a half, 6.6 million a month. That was fun. I got my 19 houses, transferred to my divisions, and I bought more and more and more. What I did is I owned Shakey's Pizzas, 31 flavors, Subways, shopping centers, and all kinds of stuff. California wanted a franchise tax fee for every location, but then I didn't want all these corporations. I asked a question to the Secretary of State of California, Sacramento. Can I create a form or modify an entity under the corporation? They said yes, so they actually approved it. All 50 states now have the division process. Also, I went back to creditors, and all the corporate credit applications allowed division process for the last 17 years. So I'd like to get you to 10,000, 100,000 a month if you allow me to, but it'll be up to you to follow through. My next series to help people my way of life is what's called the Millionaire's Founders Kit. Those are the 12 books that I wanted to write, and I wanted to call them books for dummies, because when I do something, I feel kind of stupid. But then the book for dummies already is taken. So what do we get to do? Very simple. 1 book per month for 12 months. At the end of that, you have the blueprint for success. I had the #1 infomercial in the world, TV show and everything else doing on radio and TV, called The Blueprint for Success, by the way. This is financial freedom. If you want to get to that point, let me know. Next, I want to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. I think you've been doing it wrong. I'm going to do it right my way because it works. I tell the office here all the time, the world is wrong, I'm right, because that's what I believe. I have an investment group that's going to go public in a couple of years worth about $10 billion. You have 3 choices right now. Write it down. You do all the work and I'll coach you how to get to million to billion. No problem. We do it together. I'm a CFO for you. I'm your attorney in fact. If you want, I'll do all the work for you, just hand you the keys. In other words, I'll partner up with you and I'll do all the work while you just get an income. But how are you going to finance it? You have to be a puppet master. Understand, I have clients for 40 years that come back all the time and their families generation to generation. All right, this is a Hyatt hotel in Texas converted to an apartment complex. Linda's my client since 1986. Take your picture, scan her information later on today, watch the video. Watch her tell you how I made her a millionaire 5 times. This is a $27 million project now. See, that's a division, if you don't know that, 100 divisions as well. Now, I believe Shaq's a puppet master, all right, using the winning the game of business. I have over 3,000 rich and famous people I can name. We have Warren Buffett that does it all the time too. Sat down with him years ago, had a root beer float. But again, what do we get to do? Winning the game of business. Get that in your head. All right, here's me with 1,013 divisions and 2 of the cars out of 21 company cars. Boom, boom, having fun. You see, it's choice. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Now it's pay tax or buy a spaceship. Got it? You watch people do this all the time. We're going to think about boring and steady. It's in my books for 40 years. I'd like you to get your cell phone ready, please. I'd like you to take a picture in a moment or two. I'd like to get you 1 card and go get you 9 more cards, if you allow me to. That would be up to $1 million of credit. If you name your corporation after you, I'm going to call that stupid. If you name what it does, that's called double stupid. What do? We have a neutral name as a management company. Your banks and grocery stores and cities do this in your face. Now we have multiple functions. What do we do now? We create 10,000, 100,000 to $1 million a month. I literally got to $1 million today, by the way, in 2007, 8, 9. So what do? Simple. The financial freedom. Take your picture now. See, what I want you to do is laminate that, print it in color. Put it as your cell phone, screensaver, your computer, your desk on your work, or your refrigerator. There's your real goal. You are 45 to 75 years old. My question is, why the hell don't you own the Wendy's restaurant across the street from you? The storage unit, the apartment complex. See, no excuse you can give me. Anything else, I'm going to tell you what's in my book years ago called Bullshit Doesn't Pay Your Bills. Bullshit doesn't put food on the damn table. This can finance your damn dream and write it off at the same freaking time. Your problem is you. But you need $100,000 of corporate credit because why? It's going to cost you $25,000, $50,000, $75,000 into an escrow to be able to own a piece of something. If I do all the work and hand you the damn keys to 25% of a Wendy's or storage unit, what the hell you have to complain about? Not a damn thing. Besides, you got the money. Now you pay your damn bills. See, you got to fight for what you want. I had no choice. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. I was told I was a piece of shit by Mrs. Hope as a little boy. When she dropped me off for Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30, she told me if I wasn't there at 5 o'clock, she'd leave me there to die. I wanted out of friggin' hell. Maybe you're too comfortable. That's why you sit there going, beep, beep, beep. Stop it. Mrs. Hope had a poker game. Okay, corporation's a legal person. See, it's right there. It's chapter 18. I heard that at a poker game. Rode my bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. Next day, library, man, what does this mean? I wanted to understand. She walked away. She was rude. She came back 5 minutes later. Here's a mock of here's a book. I read the book. I went to that library for 2 years. When I was 9.5 years old, and you can verify this on Secretary of State's website in California, I sent away $10. Yeah, that was a corporation. It cost $10. Oh, you spent thousands? You didn't learn diddly squat? That's called stupid. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. So understand something today. That same corporation today is $30. Now, it says may sue or be sued. It's right there. What I didn't like here is 17983. It kind of confused me. Whoever wrote that part of the law book was an idiot, in my opinion. So what did we do? Now, understand, I created $100,000 of credit. It actually came in the damn mail. Back then, everybody got credit cards in the mail, personal or business. I got named in the movie Dave. Then I screwed up. I got named in a lawsuit at 12.5 years old. I started the Orange County Blind Center. I used the word Braille. It didn't belong to me. It belonged to Braille Institution. So I have to be careful of that too. So here's your lie for you. You lie to yourself every day. And if your CPA and attorney tells me what I tell you is not true, get their assets on the phone with me. I'll talk to them and rip them apart. So you see, God gave me an IQ of 203 with total recall on most things. I write with both hands and talk at the same time, and I'll take on anybody when it comes to knowledge. Okay, I get tired of these idiots all over the place. When you sign for that car, you sign for that building, you sign for a credit card, you signed it. Corporation files bankruptcy, it's out of business. What do? That's under the Federal Protection Act. You guaranteed it, they're going to get you. They get you because it pierced your veil. You guaranteed it too. 1987, Ken Yorber and I wrote a book. He's security chief at TRW and Experian. We called it file segregation. I didn't like it when it was done. Ken wanted to fib or lie a little bit. Me, I didn't want to lie. I did my division process, but he complained about that too because it takes 3 to 6 months to set it up. But the IRS gives me a damn tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. You could have 3 divisions of you. Why didn't you do that? I didn't know any better, eh? I hear that excuse all the time. The longest and oldest person in personal business credit is the Godfather credit. That's me. The #1 consultant worldwide of personal business credit, that's me. It always has been. Don't you understand? Do you want to be a millionaire? Say hell no. Hell no. Now say you want to be a millionaire corporation, say hell yes. See, here's your problem. You keep putting all your eggs in one basket. When I heard that as a kid, I came up with a solution. I want you to have a corporate 9 divisions. You got it so far? 9 divisions to what? Daisy chain credit. Then I want 9 divisions for locations of a Wendy's, a storage unit, a 4-plex apartment complex. You got 4 choices, and it's up to you to do on a corporation as far as I'm concerned. It's Ray's way of life. See, you're running your business as a corporation. I call that stupid. They sue you. How about we do a corporation as we buffer tax? No tax to do till profitable. How about corporate credit? It's a damn write-off. Free money. Company car, fleet price. How about the free buffet? Divisions have 7 things it gets to do. This is in my book 30, 40 years ago, by the way. So, cheap, line of defense, all right? Multiple functions, multiple what? Credit reports, multiple what? Separate liability for pieces. See, your problem is you allow the world to kick your assets. You did. You could have had a line of defense in the first place. Why didn't you do that? Through a corporate umbrella. So you have choices today. It's very simple as we do these pieces. So let's understand. Danny's a partner of mine. We bought an apartment complex through a division. 64 units, I guarantee it is a division. He needed basically 66 divisions, and he kind of lacked on that. He took a little sweet time to do it, and then he got sued. And then he had to settle for $20,000 out of his own pocket. So what happens? If we do it my way, you can make sure you protect your ass. Division process. How many do I need? What kind of project are you going to go after? It's very simple. If we go after a project, 9 divisions is up to $1 million of credit. 9 for 9 locations could be 18. 18 could be 36. 36 could be 72. You're going to have to look at the project you're going after, what you want to do, how many division process you're going to need. But it's up to you when you do this. Let's watch what was in my book 39 years ago. Corporation, division 3, 2, and 1 more. That's up to $16 million of credit, by the way. Is that okay if we actually finance itself and not steal from the family? Hell, I didn't have a family. I didn't get a mommy and daddy like you. I'm living in hell. All right, it's ridiculous. Divisions, subdivisions. Let's watch. You want a Wendy's restaurant. You're going to need 14 divisions. Write it down, okay? You want a storage unit. You need basically 2 plus 8. You need 10. You need a fourplex. You're going to need 2 plus 4, maybe 6. An apartment complex, you're going to need up to, 117 divisions. Take a picture. Maybe it'll last longer so you can pay attention. Because this time you're going to get to millionaire and knock off what you've done in the past because it didn't work. What do? Dashboards in 87. I add a tax ID. Don't need it yet. I need a name of a person. I need a name of a division or a company. Then I add the credit reports, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. I daisy chain credit first, then I need tax ID. That's the ultimate goal. Here's the division process for you today so you understand. Okay, 3, 9, and 12. Do you want with or without credit? It's going to be up to you. If you did it through me while I'm live, I give discounts once in a while. This is the day. You get 9 divisions for $9.99. That's right, they're a giveaway. They're usually $1,000 each. If we did something like today, you wanted to be very aggressive, you could actually get 9 for $9.99, 18, all right, 36 and 72. But again, I'm going to say Zelle, and then maybe you need to talk to someone at the office. Okay, what do we get to do? Now, if you Zelle that amount now, or before I'm done talking, you get to save 10% on it, even on top of that. See, I haven't had a paycheck for almost 40 years. I don't seem to want one and need one. So the reality is I donate my time 6 days a week. What do we do now? Subdivisions. Understand, if you have divisions, you want subdivisions. How about 9 for $6.99? It's a giveaway today. It's an opportunity, and it won't be offered after this today. It's a one-time thing. 18, 36, or 72. Take a picture. It'll last longer. That's if it's done today by Zelle only. But again, what are we going to do? If you allow me to build your corporate credit for you with you, you're going to get to know each other pretty well. We're going to take the borrow money, and we're going to buy your lifetime income. Borrow money is not taxable. This gives us the ability to get that fourplex apartment complex or Wendy's or a McDonald's. Again, what do we get to do? Winning the game of business for you. You need $100,000 of credit? Personal, yes. You need it for the business, okay. All right, usually we charge $10,000 each. That's 20 grand. What do we do today? Simple. If you want $100,000 of credit for personal, office is $8,000. They save 2 grand. If you did it now during the broadcast, it's $5,000. But it's a now. If you put it off, you pay more. It's very simple. If you need $100,000 of personal, what if we basically need, all right, the corporation $100,000? Then that's 10 grand. An extra discount because you did it now is simple. It's $69.99 if it was done right away. That's right, 7 grand. So I'm going to take away your damn excuses because that's all I hear from people. Well, I didn't know, you better stop. Stop. You waste $50 every other day. $5,000 on this card is $50 a month. I've always had a way that you can finance my programs. I have no damn excuses. Here, take a picture. There's your Zelle. Ray at rrfsllc.com. Simple. If you need to call someone at the office now, use your card. These charge 5% more. It's up to you. I'm going to give you solutions for every problem you got. But again, I want to repackage it like Humpty Dumpty. My way works. I think the world's wrong and I'm right. What do you think? That's why I make usually about $3,000 an hour, $25,000 a day. Big companies pay me all the time. Now, you could have brought people today to this event. Why? You would have made 10% of store credit or back to you. Now, as a little boy, as a kid, everybody is always, how you doing? They didn't give a you know what. My response to this day to everybody who asks how I'm doing is always good. It's a mindset. I don't let someone steal my peace. It's a mindset, always good. So the reality is simple. I want to blueprint you. See, I don't think I can help you 100% until I get to know you. Blueprint you, past, present, and future. All right, bankruptcy, tax lien, you have a problem. You screw American Express or Chase. Family, you got one of those? All right, corporation, divisions, you got that too? Then I got to look at irrevocable trust. We got a plan to live, we got a plan to die. Then I got to turn around and look at car and house. In my system 49 years ago, it said cash flow for you per time. Page 6, paragraph 3. Even though some other ding-dong tried to use that too. If you want me to spend an hour with you and your partner of life on the phone, the office will charge you $19.99, $2,000. It's a good fee to understand how I can set up a blueprint for the rest of your life. If you did it now during the broadcast with me, it's $9.99. Half price once again. Next, if you were a partner with me in a business, because I'm going to do all the work for you with you, then you're going to get that actually for free. So if you did that $9.99 and you wanted all that today, you take 10% if you Zelle only, but you don't get the discount if you use a card. From there, it's free if you partner with me. What do we get to do? Let's think. I got permission to use a form in 1984 and 85, 86. It became a division process. I got in all the financial applications for credit cards for business. Here we have line 1, we have 4, 5, and 6. Let's see. Line 4, A, B, and C. How about your corporation's division is line 4A? How about I'm 4? I administrate the escrow. We work together. No one can screw you out of anything because you're in an escrow. No one can hurt you this time. What do? If we need another person like 4A, B, and C, we can do that too. What happens? How much would you like of a Wendy's, a storage unit, or a process, or a business? Maybe a laundromat. How much would you like? 25, 50, 75? What are we going to do? We're going to use the corporate credit to finance it. Why would you ever steal from your family? That makes no sense. But again, why didn't you find me a long time ago? I've been teaching and preaching for 49 years in person, online. Maybe you didn't do your research. Here's a coaching package for 12 months. If it's coaching for your business, it's $30,000 a year, okay? If I'm going to coach and be a partner with you, you get a little discount. That means you and I are on the phone every other week. By the way, I have summits, which are boot camps 4 times a year. You might get to go to one of those too. What happens is very simple. It is going to be $23,000 if you make payments. It's expensive. But I'm going to hand you a life that you've been wanting all your life anyway. And most of you wasted $50,000, $100,000 and a bunch of crap. Here you're stuck with me every step of the way. If you did it today, I'm going to give you a $10,000 discount. It's $10,000 if it's paid in full. That's right, you get to save half. If all of a sudden today you needed to do what? Winning that game of business, and you wanted to Zelle that 10, you can save 10% on that. But if you need to finance it, you could put $2,500 down and work out the payments through the process anyway. There you go. See, I want to take away your excuses. What do we do now? Ray Reynolds University. The goal is to help everybody get past go. Now the next thing is what? We get to play. What did I do? Plan the problem, safety credit, and line of defense. You didn't plan your problem. You should have a long time ago. I set up the dashboards for all the system behind the scenes. It is 25 to 29% period. All right, if you basically understand, 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So again, all the dashboards say below 30%. Now you know your numbers. Play the game to win. All cards fluctuate, but 2. So if we jack these up, we're screwed up. We've dropped the score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. If we use these as our emergency, we're past 29%, we're okay, because they don't fluctuate at all. There's a 750 score. Your lack of knowledge is your stupidity. You're not stupid. You just follow stupid sometimes. We all do. But again, that's a $750 for life if you want it. What do? Plan the problem. We have to. No matter how much money you have, there's always going to be a turd in your way and trying to knock you down. We get to play. I'd like you to research Analytical 750. All right, why? Because they give us all credit bureaus. We need all three. I need the Experian because that's what basically Chase uses for personal and business cards. No interest up to 22 months. Again, what do we need to do? Simple. Analytical750.com is out there showing you all three bureaus, and they analyze your first one for free, and they charge you $25 a month. There, it's very simple. I want to fire Credit Karma. They have two bureaus. They're always wrong anyway. There's no fun ever to help you. They shouldn't even be in business, in my opinion. So what do? They're going to call you every 46 days and tell you what to do, by the way. Now, their next thing on their next app is very simple. They're analyzing business reports, Experian, TrendView, and Equifax too. See, they want to show you exactly what needs to be done 100%, and that's the goal. There's my oh shit day. You ever had one of those? I got 3 yachts in the backyard. Wife wants to take 72 people in the middle yacht, no problem. Watch the fireworks. Next day I'm in a coma. I got to die and come back and help you. When I woke up, everything was gone. Someone stole all my shit. What did I do? I took my 3 divisions of me, my 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. I bought my wife an extreme house. Why do you stay down? I don't stay down. Why do you? If you like what you hear today, do a Yelp review. If you don't like me, leave me alone, please. Every time I watch somebody put negative, like 12 people last year, I sued them each for $100 million. See, if you lie, I'm going to sue you. If you tell the truth that I helped you, that's fine. If you have a problem, get your butt right here. I'll help the devil if he showed up right now. That's how it works. Now, if you jacked up your cards, take a picture of this. Supply credit from a corporation can turn into cash so you can reduce your debt personally as well. You got to repackage you. If you want a 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months coaching program, it's a private thing. You talk to a specialist, they'll customize it for you. That's the ultimate goal. That's coaching your business, and we give $50,000 to $200,000 of credit. That would be a Zell, by the way. So today, what you had an opportunity to do is listen to a little overview. You get to understand if you need to use a card, 5% more. You can call 800-254-9506, or then you can just Zell, and start playing with me. I'm online 6 days a week, live, in person, or online. Done that for 49 years. Where the hell have you been? Put yourself in check. Saturday, I got 6 classes. So why don't you show up and let's knock off the crap. Let's go to work. But it's up to you. All right? Look behind that damn curtain every time. Stay safe, stay strong. We do our best always, and Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. Our goal is very simple today. Here's the beginning of your future if you allow me to hold your hand and repackage your life my way. Now you can call 800-254-9506. The ability to help somebody, one of our specialists will talk to you right away. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. So from there, I want you to have a blessed day, and I want you to check me out some more, and I'm online 6 days a week. Let's do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. Never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.